First of all, let me welcome all the students in the second part of our lecture, and we have been discussing the topic, that is research. In the last lecture, we discussed that research is not a recent phenomenon. Research is an age-old practice of human beings. In the last lecture, in the beginning, we saw the images of the electronic gadgets like television, mobile, right, like email, and we saw that the gadgets on the screen are quite old enough. So today's gadgets and yesterday's gadgets, means gadgets in the past, have a big difference. So today's gadgets are smart, light in weight, and more effective. And this happened because of the research. So research makes these equipments more efficient. Then we discuss the image where a monkey is holding a typewriter. But today we don't use a typewriter. So the typewriter was a machine of the past, but today's machine is not a typewriter but computer, a laptop. So the journey from typewriter to laptop or computer is because of research. So the point is that we, the human beings, are not satisfied with our current condition. That's why we were not satisfied with the typewriting machine. And we used to have the typewriting machine in the past, but the human beings kept on researching, and the research brought the concept of computer. That's why we are using computer today, because of research. So in the beginning, or let's say in the past, the time to receive and to send email was quite hectic. But today we can send email and receive email within few seconds. So the speed of receiving and sending email has got the momentum, got the speed because of the research. Because we were not satisfied with the slow speed of the email receiving and sending process. So let's focus the word research. As we know that the word is made of two morphemes. First is re and second is search. Here re means again, and the word search means to look for something. Thus it means to look for something again. That is research. So research is an organized activity or inquiry carried out to provide information for solving problems. So it is the cornerstone of every science. So it is not the thing that research is generally associated with the gadgets like computer, like mobile phones and all that. So research is the cornerstone. Here cornerstone means nucleus, center of every science, and let's say every science and every field. So research is available in language and literature also. Research is available in electronic gadgets also. Research can be done in any field of the world, right? And as we know that research is an organized inquiry. Inquiry. So the first question for research is why? Why this happened? And the second is how this happened. And when these two questions come to our mind, then the process of the research starts. Why this happened and how this happened. So the example of Newton, as we know, is the best example of this one, that the apple fell from the top of the tree. So why that apple fell from the tree, right? So that question triggered the process of research in the mind of Newton, right? So our mind should engage to search the things again and again. So as we know that again, search means find, and process here means step by step phases, steps. So means search, means once more, afresh and new. Or let's say back with return to previous state. Search means look through or go over thoroughly to look something. So this searching has two angles. The searching may have a new thing or to see the old thing with a new angle, with a new view. For example, when the mobile phone was first discovered by Motorola company, right, it was research, right? So the mobile phone was used for the first time by Motorola company, right? Motorola company, yes, discovered mobile phones, right? But afterwards, the same mobile phone is researched, means the same thing is looked at through different angles. So we have, right, different shapes of mobile phones from time to time, different functions of mobile phones from time to time. And we know that today's mobile phone is totally different from the mobile phone of the past, right? In the beginning, we just had a single camera, then we got two cameras, then we got three cameras, and now we are having more than three cameras, isn't it? So the point is that the same mobile phone is looked through different perspectives. So in the very coming future, we would have paper mobiles. So we can fold the mobile and keep that mobile phone in our pocket just like a paper, isn't it? That's the future, and research is going on, right? So research may have a production of something for the first time, or looking at the old thing with new perspective, with new angle, right? So for example, take the bike, bullet bike, right? Royal Enfield. So Royal Enfield's bullet was so popular in the past, but that company researched the same bike and introduced the same bike with new look, with new technology. And now we can see that people are crazy for having Royal Enfield bullet. And this happened because of research. Same is the case with LED TVs, isn't it? So research is going on in almost all the fields of the world. So research is an organized and systematic way of finding answers to questions. Here questions, why this happened, how this happened, right? So human beings are curious about the moon, curious about the sun. That's why we started a research of going to visit the moon. We want to touch the moon, right? And when we touch the moon, right, we again researched then how to collect the samples of soil, stones from moon, and that should be brought to the earth, right? That was the past step of research, and today we are stepping ahead, right? And why this happened? Because of research. So research is the systematic process of collecting and analyzing information to increase our understanding of the world in general and of the phenomenon under study in particular. So a question comes to our mind, then why we need a research? Why can't we live in our current situation, even in the future? So as I told you that human beings are not satisfied with their current scenario, their current situation. So we want more. We want smartness, isn't it? So we are engaged in the process of research for that reason. So students, professors, researchers, research centers, government, practitioners, newspaper people, TV networks, market research firms, schools, hospitals, social service, political parties, and many are engaging in research, right? And the reason is better information, right? Like that. So we wanted research to make our life more comfortable and faster. So research concerns with what and how. What indicates facts and conclusions, and how means scientific critical components. So research is a iterative process that eventually seeks to explain or solve an identified problem. For example, let's take the example of coronavirus, isn't it? So when the disease of corona came to the notice in China, research started. Research started. So people got headache, they got body pain, they got soaring throat, and they got chest pain. The level of oxygen in their blood is decreasing. These symptoms we come to know because of research, right? And the disease when came to the notice, from that moment the research is still going on, and we now got the vaccine of corona, and the reason is research. So the scientists examined, researched the coronavirus, right? So when the process of research started, we got the image of coronavirus, the crown-like shape. You know, the image of coronavirus, some crown-like shape is there, right? So that crown-like shape, we got the image of the corona because of research. And the scientists also studied that if we use mask, we can prevent the coronavirus. If we can have protein in our body that can fight against coronavirus, isn't it? So we got a new face of coronavirus later on, and the scientists are still observing the vaccine, the effect of vaccine. The research is still going on. So what is corona and how corona is damaging human beings, that is the issue of the research, isn't it? And we got the vaccine because of the research, and still research is going on. Next example we can have, that is of bird flu. Today many birds, including sparrows and crows, they are dying because of some mysterious disease, and that disease is bird flu. Fortunately, that bird flu is not taken over by the humans, isn't it? But still, the scientists are having a research over bird flu. What is the reason of bird flu? How it is getting spread in the world, right? So research is still going on. So what is bird flu and how is bird flu? That is the main issue of the research, right? So we want to solve the problem. The problem, coronavirus is the problem. How to save human beings from coronavirus? That's the problem. How to save birds and human beings from bird flu? That's the problem, isn't it? How to have 5G mobile phones? That's the problem, isn't it? So technology. So research is going on. So research may be defined as a purposive, systematic, and scientific process of gathering, analyzing, classifying, organizing, presenting, and interpreting data for the solution of a problem. As I told you, coronavirus, right? We know that corona came from China, right? And it was a research that humans just got into contact with bats, whatever, right? And that's why coronavirus got spread and the research process started. It's a systematic process. So the scientists just searched the coronavirus first. They got the blood sample of the corona affected person. They examined, they searched, they studied the blood sample of the affected person and got the image of the corona. They observed how corona reacts inside the body, right? So in the beginning, the doctors, the scientists tried to control corona with the traditional medicines. But when they found that we cannot defeat coronavirus with the help of the traditional medicines, so they started studying, researching new vaccine to fight against coronavirus. So till then, we got masks, we got N95 masks, we got different types of masks, we got sanitizers. So sanitizer can kill the coronavirus. We got the research, isn't it? So we got the PPT kits. We tried many types of medicines on try and error basis. So some doctors just offer the XYZ medicine to this patient and they just observe what happens. Some doctors in Italy offered some different type of medicine and they just observe. So the doctors and the scientists tried their level best, right? So this process went through and we got a vaccine today. Still, we are just studying the coronavirus, right? So coronavirus is a biggest threat. It's a problem. So it's a scientific study and the scientists analyze the coronavirus. Now we are having the same process with bird flu also. So classifying, organizing and interpreting all the data, right? If you go on YouTube and search the Serum Institute in Pune, where corona vaccine is prepared. See the process of preparing corona vaccine, and you would get the idea of the concept of research over there, isn't it? So research is a movement, it's a journey, right? A movement from the known to the unknown. Known. What is coronavirus? To unknown, right? It is actually a voyage of discovery. Your voyage means journey, journey of discovery, right? So we can have the definition like it's a systematized effort to gain new knowledge. New knowledge. In the last lecture, we just discussed that we got 2G, then we researched, we got 3G, then we researched, we got 4G, then we researched, we now got 5G, right? But in the countries like Japan and Korea, they are having 7G, right? It means we are far behind if we compare to Korea and Japan, isn't it? So their research is standard and we are lagging behind as far as 5G and 7G technology is concerned, right? Bullet train, for example. Bullet trains are there in China, in Japan, and their speed is more than 500 kilometers per hour, isn't it? So in India, we don't have bullet trains. We are lagging behind. Why? Because the standard of research regarding railways in Japan and in China is of high quality, isn't it? That's why they are having bullet trains, right? Like jet airways, fighter planes, machine guns, AK-47, right? We get AK-47 from Israel, isn't it? Means their research in the area of gun is far better than our research. That's why we have to buy AK-47 guns, missiles, tanks from other countries because their research is of standard, right? So gain new knowledge. As I told you that their research standard means they continue their journey of research. That's it. So research is nothing but a well-organized, systematic, data-based, objective-oriented and scientific process. So it is nothing but an inquiry or investigation. Why this happened and how this happened, right? So it is a scientific problem-solving process. Problem solving. What is a problem? What is coronavirus? It's a problem. What is bird flu? It's a problem, isn't it? So finding answers and solution means research. So in other words, we can say that it is nothing but an information process, information gathering process on a specific topic. Information gathering. When the information is gathered, then it comes the step of analysis and synthesis, right? So it is nothing but a scientific investigation. So as far as scientific definition is concerned, so research is a process of step used to collect and analyze information to increase our understanding of a topic or issue. Right. So it consists of 3 steps. Pose a question, pose means finding a question, a problem, then collect data, then to answer a question, and next is present and answer to the question. That's the process of a research. So if you go ahead, research is made of 3 steps, as we know. Pose a question. To find a question, what is corona? That's the first question. Collect data to answer the question. So collect the blood sample of the patients of corona. Then after collecting the data, collecting the blood samples, present an answer to the question. That is, analyze that blood sample and study coronavirus, its symptoms, its reaction in the body, and later on the vaccine or let's say the medicine to prevent coronavirus. So these 3 steps we are following by the scientists as far as corona and blood flu is concerned. So a question can come to our mind, that is why research is important. So importance and purposes of research is of great advantage. So to discover new facts about known phenomena and to find answers to problems. That's the first thing. As we know that most of the discoveries or inventions are done by America. And the reason, because the American scientists are constantly engaged in research, constantly engaged to discover new things. That's why America touched the moon for the first time. That's why America is having the supercomputer. That's why America is having the biggest economy in the world. That's why America is having a nuclear bomb and now hydrogen bomb with them. That's why America is the strongest country in the world still today. And the reason is the power of research. America holds the latest technology in the world, the latest technology. So they have the latest fighter planes, they have the latest guns, latest bombs, powerful currency, isn't it? And the reason, or let's say the secret behind this progress of America is research. And if we compare India, We are lagging behind the research. That's why we are still underdeveloped country, right? Because the quality of research is not there in our country. So finding and discovering new things means research. And finding and discovering new things just guarantees a development of that country, development of that society. And the second reason of research can be called as to order related valid generalizations into systematized science. So in single word, we can say that because of research, we can have a scientific progress, progress in technology, and automatically that society progresses a lot. And if the societies progress, automatically the country gets the tag of superpower in the country, in the world, right? So for that reason, research is very important. The next reason of research is, you can say, to provide basis for decision making. So decision making process totally depends on research. What to do? That's the thing. When the humans, when the scientists discovered coronavirus, then there was a step, that is decision making. And the big question before the scientist was vaccine and how to prevent coronavirus, right? How to control the spreading of coronavirus in the world. So decision making. So when the scientists discover research, they offer the use of masks, they offer the use of sanitizer, and it happens because of research, that is decision making process. And this decision making process happened because of their study of coronavirus. Then the next thing is to satisfy the researcher's curiosity. How? So the answer of how is given only by research. As I gave you the example of Newton. Newton got a curiosity why that apple fell from the tree to the ground, isn't it? So that question made Newton to study that phenomenon, and he got the answer in the form of gravity. In the form of gravity, isn't it? So we got inventions, we got discoveries because of the single thing, that is curiosity. We human beings are curious right from our birth, right? So what is this? What is that? How this happens? Why this happens? These questions indicate curiosity. And because of this curiosity, we humans get interested in that phenomenon and we get a research oriented thinking. Next thing is to find answers to queries by means of scientific method. Queries here means problems or investigation. To find answers. So once a person gets curious about something, once the person wants to know why this happened, how this happened, that person starts studying that phenomenon, isn't it? So to find answers to queries by means of scientific method. So we got vaccine of corona because of to find answers. The scientists discovered vaccine, right? And they discovered vaccine means they got the answer of that virus, right? The answer of that coronavirus threat. So the main purpose of research can be as review or synthesize existing knowledge. Just improvisation. Improvisation. 3G to 4G, 4G to 5G, 5G to 6G. This is improvisation. Right? Old type of television, right? And new type of LED and LCD television. It's a improvisation. And this improvisation is because of research. So to review, synthesize existing knowledge, investigate existing situations or problems, Coronavirus is the example. Provide solutions to the problem. Coronavirus is the example. Explore and analyze more general issues, right? More general issues. What is the effect of the vaccine on the bodies of the Indian people? That is the point of research, right? Now, the process of vaccination is going on in our country, right? So what would be the effect of that vaccine on the health of Indian people? That is the next step of research, right? And the scientists are just collecting the data. If somebody is facing, or let's say somebody is having a reaction of that vaccine. So this is the center of the investigation now, center of the research now. So provide solutions of problems. That's it. Explore and analyze more general issues. Construct or create new procedures or systems, explain new phenomenon, new things, generate new knowledge, or a combination of any of the above. So these are the purposes of research we can call, right? So qualities of a good researcher, that's our next issue. So we can have a slide that is here R indicates research oriented, then E is efficient, is interested, S for scientific, then we have effective, then active, then resourceful, then creative, then honest, then economical, and then religious. So we need not to go into the deeper levels, right? So just we have to understand the concept of research, what research is on the outer level. We need not to go into the deeper level of research at this stage. So with this, we can have the ending of the discussion regarding the research concept. And we can say that research is nothing but a scientific approach of answering a research question, solving a problem, or generating new knowledge through a systematic and orderly collection. And it is nothing but an organization and analysis of information with an ultimate goal of making the research useful in decision making, right? Systematic research in any field is the secret of the progress of a country. So research means a systematic process, right? It's a journey from unknown to known, right? So research is triggered because of curiosity in the mind. So why this happened, what happened, and how this happened, right? So to answer these three questions, right, we have the process of research, right? I hope you got the idea of the concept of research. In our next lecture, we will have the associated topic.